Well, that's something. I already got the cord, but there's still, my friends, is plastic. I had to think a minute whether it was good morning or good evening. Actually, it's good evening. It's Saturday evening. I had access to the car today, and my daughter was at home asleep, so I thought this would be a good time to go out and hunt for a little bit of scrap. And I went to some old places I used to go to. I did pretty good, considering, considering what I'm capable or able to do. One thing, oh, I got my teeth in today. Actually, I don't know if that does anything for my looks or not. But anyway, Scrapping Pallet Man, Paul, he was talking about, he went to the VA for something. Seemed like he was in the service for 10 years or something, and he has a service-connected disability or something, which I don't have a service-connected disability that they recognize. However, this bad ear is from that and on them big guns I was on. But, and he was talking about how great the VA had been for him and everything, and all I'd ever heard about the VA was bad stuff, and I didn't ever fool with trying to get any VA medical care or anything. And, but the other day while he was talking about it, I thought, you know what, maybe I ought to go at least give them a try. And I went down there just on a whim on Friday morning. And so I grabbed my DD-214s, which is your discharge papers and everything from the service. And I went down there, and it was about 11 o'clock. And they had me fill out some stuff, and they made copies of my driver's license and all that stuff, and Social Security, and they had some question about my service, how long I was there and everything. And I did one tour, and then I had re-enlisted for another one, and wound up with a medical discharge, which wasn't service connected. But they took all that in, and I turned it in at about 10 to 12, and the lady said, we'll be giving you a call back sometime around that middle of next week to tell you the status of this and whether it's approved and all that. And she asked me something, and something was said about my condition and everything, and another lady was in there, and she said, you need to get through here as fast as you can, don't you? And I said, well, I kind of thought I did. I was talking about my hearing aid, and, you know, all I had was these cheap ones. And she said, I'll tell you what, you said, we're getting ready to take lunch. You come back here at 1, and I'll take care of you. So I came back at 1, and boy, she took care of me. Before I left there, I had appointments at the, what do you call it, the hearing aid audiologist or something, to go to them about getting tested for my hearing and what kind of hearing aids I'm going to need and all this stuff. And I had to go an appointment for the eye clinic to see about the cataracts that's on my eye. I had an appointment for EKG, I think, is that the heart? Yeah. And appointment at a medical doctor and something else. Oh, my dentures. My dentures look fine, but sometimes when I was cleaning them, I dropped it in the sink in the bathroom, and it got a chip with one of the tooths. Up front is chipped and it's razor sharp. You can't tell it just by looking at me like this, but it's if you're up close you can. A lot of people think that's a natural tooth because it's chipped, but that razor sharp, and then on the back side, on the gum part of it, it chipped a little bit, and that's razor sharp. And the biggest reason I quit wearing them was because they were sharp and they irritated my mouth. So that's why I quit wearing it. But they're going to either replace the denture or repair it, whichever they decide to do. So all of a sudden I got all this stuff, plus all the medicines, you know, I do some co-pays on some of my medicine, and I do co-pays on specialists and all this stuff. In other words, if I go to an eye doctor, I have to do a $40 copay. If I go to a ear doctor, it's $40 copay because they're specialists. My primary care doctor is no copay, but anything else it is. But now I'm finding out with the VA, I don't have to pay for any of that. I don't have to pay for any copays on the medicine or any of that stuff. I don't have to go to the drugstore. It comes right through them. And plus, unlike Paul, the scrappy pallet man, his closest VA clinic is like 50 miles away. My closest VA clinic, probably 5 minutes. And then, if I had to go to the main hospital for main surgery or something through the VA hospital, 36 miles away in Gainesville, Florida, Gator Country. So, I got to say, Paul, thank you, my man. You not only have you inspired others, you have inspired me. And I appreciate it. I don't know why I never went. I should have done this a long time ago. Well, I had this thing about entitlements. I didn't feel like I was really entitled to anything from the military because I didn't really do anything. You know, I was in the Army. I had a ball. It was a blast. I got to travel. I seen places, you know, like Paris and Vienna and Rome. I would have never got to see that without the military. And so the lady, and ain't nobody ever told me this before and said, thank you for your service. First I had to think, service? What did I do? You know, I should be thanking the government. I should be thanking, it should be the other way around. I should be thanking them for giving me the opportunity to do what I got to do and see the places I saw and meet the people that I met in other countries that I'm still friends with today. So, you know, I didn't do anything. I come out way ahead on the game. You know, so now if these guys that goes out and they face combat and all this stuff, yeah, thank you, buddy. I don't know if I'd have the balls to do any of that or not. I don't know. I often think about that. I mean, the closest I ever come to any kind of thing that even resembled combat was it 61 or 62? That the Berlin Wall went up in Berlin. When that went up, we thought all crap was fixing to break loose because we were stationed right there on the west and east German border. And we had to go on alert and all this stuff. We was up there on that mountain for 3 days. And we didn't have a clue what was going on. And when we had perimeters on guards and all that stuff set up, we was thinking we may be in some kind of combat. We don't even know it. Matter of fact, the civilians back home knew more about what was going on than we knew. But of course, that just kind of settled down after 3 days, and that wall stayed up all them years. A lot of people died over that wall. But, well, I did actually get into combat one time in Bad Kissingen, Germany. I come out of that place on my hands and knees. I crawled out of there. It was in a bar, and there was some there was some beat up boys coming out of there, and I was one of them. We was a pitiful looking bunch come Reveille Monday morning. Half of our battery was beat. I mean, we was whooped. I didn't go back to them places no more. I don't need them bars. But anyway, you don't have to thank me for no service because I had a ball and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Matter of fact, I never ate as well as I ate after when I went in the Army. I didn't eat that well at home. Anyhow, did a scrapping, me and I run a few places with the car, and I got some stuff. Of course, I found out my daughter, I didn't think she has a clue where I go when I leave, like running an errand or something. But it turns out that dang car's got GPS on it. And she'd go into her phone and track everywhere I went and everywhere I stopped. So just knowing the places I used to go to, she's looking at that map on there and she knew exactly where I've been and she knew exactly what I was doing. And she didn't even have to get out of bed to find that out. Of course, when I got home, she had looked on the phone and seen I was about home. And she was standing at the front door. She didn't show her face till I eased the car in there and I backed around to the back gate so I could get that stuff out of the car before she'd find it. And here she come, boy. Here she come. I got caught. I just ain't the boss around here no more. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy the video. I hope I'm getting better with these videos, but I still need a good camera because my favorite little camera that I use is this little fella right here, and it's a Canon something, action shot or something, and it does good videos. The sound's pretty good, but the little door, when you put batteries in it, the little door that was on there, I lost it somewhere yesterday. So I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out some way, because I can't even turn the thing on. I can't do nothing with it. And I mean, this is so small, you know, it's easy to handle, and I don't like this bigger camera like that. It's not that big of a camera, but it's one I don't like. But at any rate, my favorite. Now, the last time I checked the price on another one of these, $109. But it is what it is. But gosh, I sure am happy with this YouTube community thing. It's changed a lot of things for me. A lot of things. Well, got that in there. I believe that's metal. Yeah. Every little bit helps. And since I am here anyway, now if I had a pickup truck or trailer, I would take the time to take that recliner sofa apart. There's a lot of steel in that, but then again, now used to, I would throw them on that big truck I had, and I lived way out in the country, and I would throw that thing on a burn pile and burn it, and then get all the steel out of it, but can't do that no more. That's days gone by. But there's quite a bit of steel in one of them things. That looked interesting from a distance, but that is nothing. But I'll take a closer look since I'm already here at it. I'll even look in the dumpster. Well, nothing but garbage. I take the time to knock them handles off, and since I'm here, I might as well. So, hold on. See, folks, I got all the time in the world. That's going to be too hard to get off. I didn't bring a screwdriver. But really doing too much weight. Why in the world? You know, it's just pennies. God dang. I ain't leaving them. There's one more over there. That'll go in my penny jar. I hope this next little spot I go to's got something. I ain't hitting on too much. The only thing I don't like about these row rent developments like this, housing developments and stuff, this government stuff, is there's always police around. I'm not got nothing to be afraid of, but you know, I just don't like any confrontations if I can help it. And I wonder if I can take them pulls off of them things. I got my screw gun here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm here. I might as well get them. Let's do it. Now, let me see. these things, I don't know if they're brass or not. I don't have a clue, but they look brass, but I'm saying they're not. There's a pair of nice boots for somebody. Won't fit me. You know what? I need to. Hell, top coming slap off of that. There's another down. Where'd it go? Yeah, I'm gonna play with it as good as I can. And as I keep saying, this ain't much, folks. But here's the thing, and I keep saying it. I'm already here, and it ain't costing me nothing more. The gas is burnt. I'm here. Oops. Well, actually, it is costing me something. Maybe a calorie or two. But that's good, right? That is good. You know what? You suppose it helps if I put these things on? Yeah, I believe it would. And actually, I enjoy this. Actually. Okay. Alright, this thing running, the card got full on this thing. I didn't know it on that last little deal there. Well, it didn't miss much, but I need to get me some of them, these are 8 gigabytes. I need at least some 16s or 32 gigabyte cards. Anyway, now I'm going to make my rounds to the dumpsters. Sure would like to run across a vacuum cleaner or two for the motors. You wouldn't catch me snipping off the cords. Yeah, I'd snip off the cords, but I'd also be getting that motor. Oh, not a thing sitting there. And I think they just, what is that? Oh, it's a toaster. Well, that'll work. Yeah, I'll take that toaster and I'll look in here too while I'm at it, but of course, there ain't nothing in there. The toaster is going home with me. believe I've seen some metal around here. It's not very substantial. There we go. I'm going to take this booger apart. Hey, scrap digger. I'm just stopping here. They're closed today. It's Saturday. But, this is there's two TMRs here in town. And that's the one here that's closest to me. And I've took a lot of stuff in that place. Oh, good Lord. I've even took 2 or 3 vehicles over. I've got vehicles from people. What's squeaking? Anyway, there you have it. That's my TMR. They had the better prices too, and they're easier to deal with. But anyway, I'm on my way. You know what? Now I'm fixing to get sick to my stomach. See that stuff laying over there? Scrap. There's probably 300 or 400 pounds there. There ain't no way I can do it. Son of a gun. I swear. That's days gone by though. I imagine a fella come by here when this place is open. There's a bunch of metal strap over there too. Now back when I had that big old 28-foot U-Haul truck that I bought, I could load that sucker up. Heck, I once had 3,400 and something pounds on that thing of fluorescent lighting fixtures without the bulbs. I made a pretty good score that day. I wonder what the deal is there. Coffee Company. What the heck is that? Leroy Hill Coffee Company. You know what? I might ease by here come Monday when they're open. See if there's any micro scrap stuff I can get. Providing I keep my appointment at my doctor's. Anyway, dadgone it. Actually, jackpot digger, we got 3 TMRs here. I forgot about this one. I just happened to be over this way just looking around. And this is another one. They got 3 yards. And that last one I looked at, and this one, these are not their big yards. They're smaller yards. Their big yard has got a crusher and a thing that grinds up and loads it straight on railroad cars. You know, picking stuff up like this, that's half the battle. The other half is getting it out of the car and getting it in my shed or in my little corner where it's not noticeable. without my daughter catching me. I mean, she won't kick my butt or anything like that, and she won't make me put it back. But I just don't like the lip service. Sometimes I pretend I can't hear, tell her my hearing aid's off. But anyway, it is what it is.